helpless baby elephant faced a circling hyena pack about to be devoured. Then something massive stepped in, changing everything. 6 hyenas closed in, forming a tight, merciless circle around a baby elephant in the middle of an open clearing. The calf couldn't have been more than 3 months old. It spun helplessly, screaming for its mother, its small legs trembling as snapping jaws darted toward its feet. One hyena lunged, another grabbed the calf's tail, while a third moved in low, aiming for the hamstrings, the killing strike. Watching the drama unfold, Max, a wildlife ranger, didn't hesitate. He slammed the accelerator, forcing his Jeep through thick brush as branches cracked against the hood. When he and his team burst into the clearing, he fired his rifle into the air. The sound echoed across the savannah, but the hyenas only backed off a few steps, circling and howling. It took a flare exploding at the alpha's feet before they finally scattered into the grass. Max knew they hadn't gone far. The baby elephant stood shaking, blood dripping from a shallow bite on its tail. When Max approached slowly, the calf, completely alone, surprised him by nudging his leg with its trunk, whining softly. Elephants don't abandon their young. This calf had wandered off and paid the price. Knowing that leaving it would mean certain death, Max radioed base and began searching for tracks. Fresh elephant prints led northwest. As he followed them, the calf trotted behind him, refusing to be left alone again. Broken branches and dung signaled the herd was close, less than an hour away. But just when he thought he was close to reuniting the calf with its family, the trail led straight into trouble. A herd of buffalo grazed across a dry riverbed, several massive bulls watching the team closely. One lowered his head and snorted, stepping forward. The calf pressed against Max, trembling. The ranger moved slowly, avoiding eye contact, guiding his team in a wide arc. When the bull lunged, the calf panicked, but he kept him calm. 10 tense minutes later, the buffalo lost interest, and the team slipped past unharmed. At last, he heard it, the deep rumble of elephants. The calf trumpeted and ran ahead as a herd emerged from behind baobab trees. However, instead of welcoming him, the females reacted with warning bellows and stamping feet. This wasn't his family. Max barely pulled the calf back before a tusk slashed the air where we'd been standing. But aside from that danger, another was just beginning to close in. Max spotted them again, hyenas watching from a distant hill, tracking the team patiently. Time was running out. Back at a fork in the trail, he noticed a faint set of tracks, barely visible. They belonged to a lone female elephant. Strange, because females rarely travel alone. The calf suddenly stopped, lifted his trunk, and sniffed. Then he bolted forward, certain now. Under a wide acacia tree, they found her. She lay motionless, enormous and still. The calf cried and pushed at her with his trunk. When Max checked, she was barely alive. That's when he saw it. A massive abscess on her front leg, swollen and infected. She hadn't been able to keep up. Pain had slowed her, and her calf had wandered too far. Max called for veterinary support immediately. When the team arrived, they sedated her just enough to stand. Thick, foul pus poured from the incision as the abscess was drained. The calf panicked, trying to push the vets away, convinced his mother was being harmed, but Max held him close until he calmed. The surgery took nearly an hour. When it was done, the vet turned to Max, saying quietly, "You got here just in time. Another day or two, and she wouldn't have survived." As the sedative wore off, the mother lifted her head. The calf rushed to her side, trumpeting with relief. She wrapped her trunk around him, holding him close. When she stood and took a few steps, her limp was already easing. Over the next few weeks, Max checked on them daily. The wound healed, and the mother elephant's strength returned. A month later, the scar was all that remained. Luckily, in the distance, a herd appeared, calling, and the elephant mom answered. It was their herd. Just then, the calf wrapped his trunk around Max's hand one last time before running back to her side. He watched as they disappeared into the savannah, together again, exactly where they belonged.